Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to episode 2 of The Return. We just recorded number 1, now this is number 2.
I think we should release this one first though.
You're gonna release this one first, yeah? No problem. So we've got the...
Why would you release this one
Because
first?
the topic is relevant.
So if this is first, then we have to reintroduce Mr. Wavy. Or is that just long? Should we just leave the introduction for the second one? Okay, you guys are gonna have to wait till the second episode.
To find out who he is.
But then that makes no sense because the whole first one was about why we left and why we're coming back.
Nothing really makes sense about us.
No, because we released the other
Stop.
one first.
We're gonna have order. We're gonna release the first one.
Yeah, the first one's gonna come out first.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Order.
Ijma.
It's his show. It's Abaka's show.
Whoa, no, don't say it like that. It's not my show.
It's your show.
Okay.
This
Okay.
game.
Can I just
So-
say, do you know how many people...
You know what? It's my show. Listen. This is my show. Yeah. Today's topic. Listen, guys, chill. Guys, chill. No, it's my show. Today's topic. We're talking about feminism today, inshallah. This episode is about feminism. Recently, we've had many, spouts back and forth with feminists and feminism
Man,
and
that's not
issues.
a joke,
This one, inshallah, this
I've had
video.
spouts with him, I hope.
Inshallah, sincerely, sisters, if you guys watch this video beginning to end, hopefully, inshallah, with the permission of Allah, you will say I'm no longer a feminist.
What, are we actually going in?
Inshallah,
Are you
we're gonna go in like that.
You're gonna
today.
reach that far.
We're gonna reach
Aye, listen,
that
I'm-
far
I'm
today.
with that,
Are we
with that,
actually-
with that.
Wait, right now. We're gonna do it right
100%
now.
I'm there.
Feminism.
Let's go straight in. Imran, tell us what is feminism? Because people say, "No, that's not my definition of feminism. That's not my." What? Okay, let's go to Google. Let's Google feminism and let's put up on the screen right now what Google says. What is a feminist?
Shall I start timing, yeah?
Can I say something before that?
Yeah, go on.
There's a foundational thing you have to understand before feminism. Forget about the definition for now. Where did feminism root from? What is the root causes of feminism?
Let's do the definition first. Let's do the definition first.
This is
then
what
we'll
we're
move
going to
on.
come to. We're going to come
Right.
to.
So word
You're
for
right,
word,
you're right.
Word for word. The definition of feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the ground of the equality of the sexes.
Equality. Okay, fine. Fadl, no problem, inshallah. So
Google's definition.
So this is the standard, but you could say, "Oh no, for me it's different. For me, no." We're talking about the standard. This is what feminism is. If you're saying I'm a feminist, automatically that this comes under it. So you need to come up with a new name.
And that's no matter which branch you've gone
Yeah.
into.
No matter which branch you're going into, this is the fundamental basis for it is
From the
equality
spouse.
amongst females and males.
Not just that. Also, it's the advocation of women's rights. And this is the point that I think would be a good point to start off at.
Yeah.
Is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. He said, "Ala lahu al-khalq wal-amr." To Allah is the creation and to Him is the command. To Him is the legislation. So because Allah created us, He then sent down a legislation, like an instruction manual of how we are going to function, which is the Quran, right? In it, Allah mentioned our rights. The same way when you buy a phone from the shop, in it there will be, the rights of the phone. If you could say, how to take care of the battery, how to make sure the phone functions in the correct way. Do you understand? So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did that, He gave the women their sufficient rights.
Okay.
And He gave the men their sufficient rights.
Right.
Feminism is an ideology that is outside Islam. It came 1,300 years after the Prophet ﷺ. And what did it say? It said women need rights outside of religion.
Okay.
We're not getting rights within religions. We have to
this
go
whole
outside
episode,
of religion.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm going to argue on their behalf.
You're going to play shaitan.
I'm
I've got a quick question though,
argue on
yeah.
their behalf.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
one
gonna be
second.
just and bring their arguments
One second.
forward.
Sisters, how many of you, while you were saying that, thought, look at this misogynist, he's comparing us to mobile phones? I guarantee you that at least
There's at least
10
one,
of you.
there's at least one.
No, I say
I
at
know.
least 10.
There's
10,
always
10,
something
10.
like
That's
that.
unjust. Come on. He was making a point. And then they will say,
I'll give you an example.
you guys all use the lollipop, hijab, lollipop.
You know what's funny is
To us, that is a bit crude.
Why are they getting more
I'll
upset?
use that example.
But
What I want to know is
upset
why are
about
they getting more
examples.
upset about the fact that he compared them to a phone, and they're not getting upset, or upset rather, at the fact that he compared Apple to Allah.
When did he compare
Where he was
Apple?
that Allah created us, He gave us our instruction manual, i.e. the Quran.
I understand the point
So
you're
I
saying.
didn't
but
actually
it's a bit-
compare
yeah,
Allah to the Apple,
no.
by the way.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
one second.
You made that sound like
Because
that was how you did
Yeah,
to do it.
no, I know.
I'm saying that if
No,
if
he's
they have
making a
grounds to
point.
be upset,
I know,
they
yeah,
should
I
be
know.
upset about something else.
So just to clarify, I wasn't
Fair.
comparing Apple's phone to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was comparing the concept of creation and instruction manuals to the fact that Allah created us, He gave us an instruction manual. Okay, but then even then we say, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلِ الْأَعْلَى. To Allah belongs the higher and greater example.
Okay.
Can I jump in, yeah?
Go on, Fadl.
Okay,
quickly.
look. So basically, I want to defend my sisters real quick because a lot of sisters,
Same.
what happens here is, and I want to kind of put a blame on men.
Fadl,
Okay,
Fadl,
because
go for
the
it.
thing is, yeah, a lot of sisters get trapped into this mentality and they start running away looking for answers, obviously in the wrong places, because men, unfortunately, have not been providing women with their due rights. Okay, so the way that women are being treated by men has made sisters now think that I need to run towards feminism. You don't need to run towards feminism because Allah's given you the answers already. Look, this is the main thing that we need to always understand here, whether it be a man or whether it be a woman. A man not providing the rights for the woman or the woman not providing the rights for the man, what we need to understand is that the answers aren't in anything else except the Quran or Sunnah. That's it.
Islam, basically.
Islam, exactly. So, and plus, you don't blame someone else for the right. Look, you don't correct a wrong with another wrong.
Sahih.
Okay, you correct a wrong by doing something right, by saying, okay, brother, you got this wrong. Okay, the Quran and Sunnah teaches you this. Da 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 da. And you work on that. Now, if you start, and this is what the Western, society wants, that you take your religion and you put it to a side and you start adopting ideologies which are not from the religion. Because if we look at the actual, and you go back to the roots of feminism, it rooted from kufr. And all of these ideologies, Marxism, all of these ideologies, Sheikh bin Baz,
I don't actually know the history of feminism that much. So,
Slide made a video on it. We'll link it down below, inshallah.
Oh yeah.
So that's why we have to understand. Look, Allah gave you such a ni'mah, such a blessing of Islam. You don't have to run towards other ideologies. Some sisters say, no, I don't believe in that sort of feminism. I don't believe in this. Forget about feminism in totality. Focus on your deen, because your deen provided you with rights. And educate people on that. You see
what the problem there is, that our sisters don't know.
They don't know the rights that Islam gave.
Yeah,
that's an issue.
And when you take that knowledge away from a person, they lose value for themselves, and obviously they'll look for value in other places. So wallahi, my sisters, if only you knew the way Allah Azza wa Jal has honoured you in the Quran, and if only you knew the way that the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam has honoured you,
then you feel really empowered when you get that knowledge.
And that's why we come to this issue of equality. Like, Islam doesn't believe in equality.
Yeah, this is one thing I want to mention. So
Fadl, you want to go in?
No, I was going to mention the fact that, because from the definition, it made it clear that feminism, the basis, the foundation of it is equality. So we want to come back to, is Islam about equality or is it about justice? Which of the two is Islam about?
That's the thing. Islam is not about equality, because equality would lead to injustice. I'll give you an example. For a student who's sitting a GCSE level exam and a student who's sitting like a year 6 exam, what is it? SATs.
SATs.
Yeah, they still exist.
Yeah.
So is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair. That for his ability, he gets SATs. For his ability, he gets.
Good. That's just, right?
Yeah.
Good. But now, would it be fair for me to place the year 6 in the GCSE level exam?
No.
But that would be equality, though.
Agreed.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So, Islam doesn't cater towards making people equal, because if it did that, it would lead to injustice. I'll give you an example. When there is a situation of security and safety, and the Muslims are being invaded in their own lands, who is it that has to go out there and fight?
The men.
The men. Okay, that's not equality, but that's justice, because this is something that we know. Again, I know there's going to be some, sister who's going to reject this because she's lifting some mad weights in the gym. Okay, but the point is,
there are exceptions.
They would say something like there's women from the Sahaba.
They were. But the point is, who did Allah make it obligatory on?
The men.
Allah made it obligatory on the men because Allah gave the men. Like, this is what I was saying at the beginning. Allah created you, so He knows what to legislate for you. He knows. So Allah gave the men biological strength that He didn't give to the women. Okay. But now pay attention. There's a type of biological strength that Allah gave to the women that He didn't give to the men, which is the ability not even that, the ability to bear the pain of childbirth. Men would never be able to handle that. But the thing is, for each person's for that strength of protecting the people and whatnot, Allah gave that to the man. And for the strength of being able to bear a child, okay, which is the second most painful thing a human can experience after being burnt alive.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that's painful. But a man can't handle it, but a woman can. So for each thing, Allah gave you strength.
Same way a mother has 3 times more rights.
The rights because of that,
than
right?
the father.
Exactly.
That's not equality.
That's not equality.
That's justice.
Yeah.
Same with the Prophet mentioned.
Because she went through
fairness.
that pain, and because she's going to go through that special attachment with the child and the extra effort that the husband's the father's never going to be able to do. Allah said, no, this is not. The two are not equal. The mom has to get 3 times more rights. Even when you look at it, right? Who is it that provides? Well, I look at the story of Khadija radiallahu anha and the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Khadija radiallahu anha was a very wealthy woman. She was a very wealthy, honourable woman. She didn't need no one's money. But when she was getting married to the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, the Prophet had to give her the dowry.
Yeah.
He's not excused from giving her dowry because she's got money.
Yeah.
He still has to provide for her. A woman can be the richest woman on the face of the planet. She can look at her husband who might be broke and say, husband, you still have to provide for me.
Yeah.
That's how Allah honoured the women, that they have you know, they don't have to lift a finger. Wallahi, a woman doesn't. Is that not what a princess is?
There's a hadith about the two daughters. If a man raises 2 daughters and he nurtures them, and there'll be a ticket into Jannah.
Hadith came 3. The hadith,
yeah,
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
I'm just saying the Prophet said that anyone that does that, then me and that person will be like this in Jannah.
With regards to 2 daughters.
Different narrations, but that version wasn't given to boys.
Do you understand? You can have as many boys as you want, but that's not a ticket to Jannah. But raising righteous daughters, it is. So we can go on and give example after example.
The point is, you can open up the Quran and see examples of where it's not about equality, it's about justice. And if you're still after seeing that in the Quran, where for example, let's say one for the men, where it says, that the testimony, the witness of one man is equal to that of 2 women. Straight away, that's not equality. That's in the Quran. So if you're saying that no, there has to be complete equality, that's not right, you're not going against us, you're not going against me, you're not going against fulan, you're going against the Quran. And one other point I just want to quickly make before we move on is this notion of, you guys are boys, you guys are males, men, why are you guys talking about women's issues in the first place? And the reason why I want to nip this in the bud now is because that undermines the whole thing. If we can prove that, look, that's not the case, yeah, then use our substance. Otherwise, straight away, someone's just going to turn around and be like, look, you guys are men. Why am I even listening to you in the first place? Let me ask you guys a question, yeah? Islamically speaking, if I've studied, the chapter of parenthood, for example, can I now tell people, oh, by the way, parenthood, these are the rights, these are the rules. If I've studied it and I know it, do I have to be a parent in order to be able to tell people about parenthood? No, I don't. No. Do I have to be, for example, disabled to know about the rulings regards to people with disabilities, how they have to do wudu, how they have to do this, if I've studied it? No, I don't. Same way, do I have to be married in order for me to know the rulings, the rights, this and that regarding marriage? No, I don't. I agree. I will never be able to understand what it's like to be a woman. No man ever will be. Possible. We won't know what it feels like to be on the monthly menstruation. We won't ever know what it's like to go through childbirth. We won't ever know what it's like to go through any of those.
Or to be subjugated into this society.
Nor are we trying to tell you how that feels.
Yeah. And no one will be able to understand the oppression that they go through.
Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt, we can never do that. But what we can do, and what anyone can do, whether you're a man or a woman, is tell you the rights that Islam is giving you. Tell you the rulings regarding women in Islam, which is all any man has ever tried to do. Yeah. Okay, maybe there are some men who have tried to come and say,
there are some misogynists. There are some.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, there must be. Yeah, okay.
I mean, we know.
Yeah, it's true. People are oppressive. But the point is that you don't have to be a woman to talk about Islamic issues relating to the women. How many women used to come to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and ask him questions? How many women used to come to Umar radiallahu anhu, to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and ask them questions to do with Islam? Why? They didn't turn around and say, oh, you're not men, let me go to a woman. Because it's about who has that knowledge. And, I know it's sad that there aren't a lot of sisters out there who are studying, and this is a reality.
And that's the point I wanted to come to, is that, look, when there's a problem, you don't complain and sit in the corner and point fingers, rather you fix it, right? I mean, sisters, you could be teaching other sisters about, female kind of issues.
And that would be banging. Then we wouldn't need to talk about it.
We wouldn't need to. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I feel very uncomfortable talking about these issues. I don't want to, but the only reason we do is because that's a vacuum that no one else has kind of stepped in to fill. It's sad that when the sisters did get an opportunity to speak out, what did Muslim women become famous for? Hijab tutorials and makeup videos. And it's sad because there was a time where Muslim women had a huge legacy in our religion. I mean, the first ever university as an institution that was ever established was established by a woman called Fatima in Fez in Morocco. A woman founded the academic institute known as university that is all around the world today. The scholars of hadith, they mention that never has they come across a narration to us from a woman and the woman was a liar in the chain. There have been men who have been liars.
Never.
Not that has been found. I mean, there might be some manuscript hidden, but as far as we know now, the scholars mentioned that we've not come across a single female liar in the chain. Wallahi, the women used to go in.
Yeah.
Wallahi, the women used to produce. But you know when they used to produce? It's when they were focusing on the Quran and the Sunnah. But sadly, you know what's happened now? They've become heavily distracted. The way that the kuffar have gotten to Islam, because remember, Islam is heavily dependent with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the progression of the women.
Time is
yeah, we got 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Because remember, if you mess up the generation of women, you've messed up everything else is going to come after.
100%.
Because each woman is a queen of her own nation.
Yeah.
Do you understand? From each lineage of every woman will come a nation, generations to come. So if you can mess the women up, you've messed everything up. So what did they do? They distracted the women. They made them become concerned with their looks. They made them feel like, you know what,
That's terrible as well, isn't it? Like, they really reduced them, bro.
They really reduced them, akhi. And wallahi, that's subjugation. That's oppression. 100%. To reduce your intelligence and all that you have
based on how you look and your body parts.
Your body parts and your lipstick and whatever have you. Which is true, because how many people work in retail will tell you we hire people who brothers, or not necessarily brothers, but people who I know who work in retail will tell us clearly we hire good looking people.
Because they want to get sales.
Because that's going to get us sales, do you understand? So I'm saying the women have become distracted. They've been told, what? Become a career woman. I feel like you've actually got women right now. There's a woman on LBC, she was mentioning that, I'm a career woman and, I've decided that, I just can't have kids. Like,
she said she just doesn't.
She said, I've realised for my lifestyle, I want kids so badly, but I've realised I've got mortgage to pay. I've got this to do, I've got that to do. I just can't have kids. So look at that. They put her in a situation where the man's not going to provide for her. Yeah. She has to provide for herself. So she's now become distracted. They've told, look what they've done. They've told her, look, don't be impressed by the man. Go out there, get that money yourself, girl. Go out there and do that yourself, girl. Do that, right? Yeah. But you know what's going to happen now? That she can't have a kid. Because if she has a kid, maternity leave.
100%.
She's got to take care of the kid, pay for the mortgage, do all this, that, and the other. But what Islam says, you can work if you want to, if it's a halal environment. And whether you work or not, guess who's going to pay for everything? For you and the husband.
Yeah. Or your father or something.
But look, now girls will look, no, I don't want a man to pay for me. Okay, but he won't pay for you. But then how are you going to have a kid?
Yeah.
You got maternity leave. How are you going to do it? Okay, no problem. You're going to put the kid in a nursery home. Who's going to raise that kid?
Yeah.
Even then, the point is that Islam has given you that option. It's given you that right. You've got the choice. All you have to do is study. You can work if you want to. No problem. As long as it's in a halal environment, it's a halal income, no problem. You can work. That's not an issue. Whether you do or not, your husband still has to provide for you. So you've been given that right. Another thing just to quickly mention is also, obviously, in Islam, there are things in which there is equality between men and women. Salah 5 times a day, both have to pray. There are, of course,
if it reaches justice, if the equality is not going to compromise fairness,
the justice, yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, exactly. So like fasting, Ramadan. Even then, women are given a concession when they're on their, monthly menstruation. The Salah, they lose it. They don't even have to bring it back.
Yeah.
They don't have to bring it back.
Imagine that the most obligatory thing after the Salah, which is the prayer, you get excused for it because of what your body is going through. Not only that, you get rewarded for it as if you've done it.
I think you made a mistake in your thing, innit?
What?
You said after the Salah. But he meant after the Shahada.
After the Shahada, sorry. Yeah, the most obligatory thing after the Shahada, which is the prayer, you get rewarded for it, and you're not doing it. That's not for the men. Is that fair?
No.
It is fair. It is fair.
Sorry,
it's fair because
feminism got to you, mate.
It's fair because they're going through what us men are not going to go through.
Not your chest,
of course,
or your breast.
Do you understand the point, brothers?
You want to open it up and touch my heart or something?
It's fair because they're going through what the men are not experiencing, so they deserve that.
Exactly, and that's exactly what Islam's about.
Do you want to add anything?
You've been really quiet. Are you like a secret? I think it's a secret feminist.
Clocked.
I've been oppressed. I wasn't given my rights at all. No, mashallah, I think you guys, yeah, put did a good job. Did a good job, mashallah. Did a good job.
So what do you want
to add? No, mashallah, you guys did a good job, man. Allah about it.
I can mention one thing.
Yeah, go on.
You know what? It all got. You mentioned something earlier, and I just want to drive this point home. Yeah, is the fact of if you just open the Quran in it, Because a lot of the times what tends to happen, and not just with this issue, but all of the issues a lot of people are facing, whether that be regarding a doubt or a desire that they have, is that the people have just turned away from the Quran. Because the Quran was revealed to us for what? Guidance. Okay? How do you expect to receive guidance if that which is going to give you guidance, you turn away from it? It's ajib, it's strange that a person says, I feel lost in life. I don't know what to do with life. I'm confused about this. But that one book everyone has in their whole household, they don't turn to it. It's like, for example, I don't know this maths equation, algebra equation. And the book's right in front of you, teaching you how to do that. And you don't turn to it, and yet you still complain. Like, honestly, and I know Osad always mentions this, but what would you think of the person, right, who he has the exam, right, and all the answers are given to him? This is the questions, these are the answers. All you need to do is memorize it. All you need to do is understand it. Go in the exam, everything's going to be there. You know the answers to the exam, and you still fail. That person's going to be what? You're going to think, what did you do with your life? What are you being done for?
So someone comes to you and asks you, which way's the shop? You're like, it's that way. And start walking that way. You're like,
yeah.
And they come back to your family and say, which way's the shop? You're like, that way. And they can't walk in that way. You're like,
yeah.
Exactly. So now what would you say about the person where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you all the answers to all those questions that you have in the Quran and obviously the Sunnah, and you still fail?
Allah is true, man. Allah is true. It's all right. It's right under our noses, you know. It's right there in front of us, man. But sadly, you know, we become distracted.
We understand where these girls come from. We understand. Like, they live in households where their fathers are oppressive, their brothers are like not on job. All this kind of. They live in.
They didn't get love.
They are not honoured in the right way.
They didn't get appreciated.
Yeah. So we know where they come from. We're just saying that the place you've gone after that is not complete. It's a bit. What's the word? Like, misguided.
And you know what?
Misguided is the right word.
You had the right idea, you took the wrong path.
But do you know what? There's going to be some sisters sitting there watching this saying, look, I don't believe feminism is equality. I agree with you guys. For me, it's justice. I just think that we're not getting the rights that we should get. That's why I call it feminism. Sister, then you're not a feminist.
Yeah.
That's not feminism.
Then you're a Muslim.
Do you get it? As you'll be sitting there thinking, look.
Meaning they use the term feminism without knowing what it really means.
Yeah, you're calling yourself a feminist without really knowing. Feminism is equality.
But it's dangerous because feminism is kufr. Allah said, لا يشرك في حكمه أحد. There is no one who has the right to legislate besides Allah, to give rights besides Allah, to tell you what you know. All of this.
That's not to say that all feminists are kuffar.
I'm not saying that.
Of course
but I'm saying the concept and ideology is kufr because it is postulating that there is a form of guidance, there is a form of justice, there is a form of fairness outside of the Quran and the Sunnah. Allah said Allah completed His word.
I'm with you. I believe you. I'm just not sure about this thing because
100%. No. It's from the Nawaqid of Islam. It's from the 10 Nawaqid of Islam.
I know that I'm believing in a guidance other than the Quran and Sunnah. Yeah. I know that. I'm saying that it's feminism in that category.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying explain it to me.
Sheikh Ibn Baz mentions it.
So here's how it is. This is simple as this.
Go on.
Islam has a set of guidelines for what are women's rights. Okay. And how we should deal with women, how women should deal with men, and all that, right?
Okay.
Feminism is trying to find these rights outside. It's basically man-made rights for women. Same way as man-made laws. It's kufr and shirk, no?
Mm-hmm.
It's man-made laws and rights for women.
Okay.
It's outside of Islam.
But do they have? In a sense, is it a set of beliefs that they have?
Whether it's belief or not. And it is a set of beliefs, but whether it's beliefs or not.
No, I'm saying I don't believe feminism to be a central doctrine like that. Is there a way you can go to feminism.com and they tell us
that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what is halal and haram in feminism?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because then, in essence, what you're saying is it's
the foundation is equality.
Okay,
the foundation is equality.
Feminism is divided in so many different ways, so many sub-branches that you're not going to find one central doctrine that's going to unite them all, except for the fact that.
And there's new ones coming out all the time.
Yeah, except you have neo-feminists, Marx feminists, all these kind of feminists. Mm-hmm. The point I'm making here is that you've got one central thing that ties them all together. Is that they are saying we want equality, we want rights outside of religion. That there are rights. Look, one second, let me ask you a question. When a feminist comes out there and she says, I want to be equal to a man.
This is the last point,
Yeah, I want to be equal to a man in a particular issue.
Okay.
For example, a man doesn't have to wear hijab, I don't want to wear hijab.
Yeah.
Good example. Has she not just legislated?
For herself, no.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Kufr.
Okay, done.
Go for the shit.
That's a good explanation. That's a good explanation.
You're not allowed to do that. Do you understand? And that's why I would say it's like saying, you know, hey, I'm a Christian, you know. Oh wait, but I don't believe in Trinity. But then why are you saying the statement of God?
Yeah, I just love Isa Islam. That's all.
You can't
I'm
say
calling
that.
myself a Christian.
Then you're not a Christian. Yeah.
You're not actually a Christian. Same way,
Perfect.
sister, if you're feminist, you're
Good
saying,
analogy.
I don't want equality. I just want the rights that Allah gave us. I want them to be implemented because the men are not implementing them, or some men are not implementing them. Don't call yourself a feminist because you're not a feminist then.
Okay, can I just mention one last thing? Well, I'll make it very quick and short.
What would you guys think? Mention one last thing? Fadl, one last thing. Last thing.
I just really want to appeal to the sisters and just say, like, wallahi, please, yeah.
Study.
First of all, it's like, just don't be fooled by the shaitan.
Yeah.
Like, shaitan has understood, and the enemies of Islam have understood that the solution to the problems of the ummah is the women. Like, when the women are straight, everything else, inshallah, will fall into place.
Yeah.
The women are the... Remember,
well, rather everything has to be straight, but this is one of the easiest ones to take out, and once it comes out, everything falls.
No, once you take the women out of the equation, everything collapses.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the households, the ummah is made up of Islamic households. The household, the backbone of every household is the woman.
Yeah.
If the woman is corrupted and
Mother, wife, all that stuff,
it's all gone.
I agree.
It's all destroyed.
I agree.
So I'm saying, please, my sisters, don't become distracted. Don't become deceived. You know, just like I know you're upset, and I don't know what it's like to go through what you go through. And you've probably been through a lot, which is why you're agitated, you're angry. You know, you want justice for yourself, and I really get that. But just don't be hasty. Hastiness is from shaitan. Just calm down for a second, if I can say that respectfully. Understand that we're not your enemies. We want rights for you. We want you, like I said to you in our masjid, we mentioned in the previous episode, we go out of our way more for sisters than anything else. We started a project in West London called Sunnah Sisters. We didn't start a project for the brothers. We started a project for the sisters because that's our main concern. At the end of the day, we know there's enough for the brothers. The sisters are really what we're trying to uplift and empower them and whatever have you. Do you understand? But like please just take it slow and just understand who's on your side. The people who are telling you, go out there, dress how you want, do it, they're not on your side. Number one, they're subjugating you and oppressing you for their own needs. It's actually men who are still telling you what to do. Yeah. Men are stripping you naked and giving value to your breasts and your thighs and your waist and your face and whatever have you, so that they can use you for their own sexual desires and so they can make money off you. Yeah. Right? It's still the men that are controlling you. Absolutely. And not only that, they're leading you away from a path of guidance that will take you to the paradise and to a path that will take you to the hellfire. They're not your well-wishers. We are, inshallah. I just wanted to end it on that.
So we're going to leave it on that note, inshallah. And one last thing just to say, sisters, if you do want to study your religion, one thing I'll say to you, you know, this one class that we have with our teacher, Ustad Abdurrahman Hassan, which will, I think any sister who comes, she will love that class, regardless of what you think, any preconceived notions you have about us or this or that or practicing people. I promise you, if you come to this class, just come once. Just once come to this class. Whether you wear hijab or not, it's not an issue. No one's going to judge you. I promise you, no one will judge you. This mosque is not like that. I can't
believe how open it is.
Like, trust me, this mosque is not like that at all. Yeah, it's in Southall. The postcode is UB25NS. The reason I memorize because I always put it into my sat nav. And Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. On the weekend, in the mornings, classes start at 7:30 a.m. until about 9 a.m. and there's heavy Q&As. If you've got any questions you want to ask, you're more than welcome to come and ask them.
And if that class, if they can't make it, and I really highly recommend it, just like maybe for whatever reason, then we also have a class in Hounslow that's from 2 to 3 p.m.
You still do that?
We still do that.
Every
Saturday. It's called Hounslow Halakha. They just have to email the email below. I'll put it below.
So we'll put the email address in the description, inshallah. Yeah. Email in and you can come to that class. And that class is even more so, that class is not even in a masjid. It's in a college where you hire out a room. So on that note, inshallah, hopefully, please, as many of you guys are watching this, just try it. Just once. I promise you, try it. You will not regret it. On that note, we'll end it there, inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Strides, would you marry a sister who doesn't wear niqab?
No.
Would you? Would you?
I'm married.
But would you?
That is a trap. That question is a trap.
Would you marry? No, okay. I don't have to put that, bro. If you weren't married, you would know. Either way, you're gonna get in trouble with it.
No, I married a...
No, you don't. Would you marry? Would you marry a sister who doesn't wear niqab? It's a simple question. A simple answer, inshallah.
Me?
Hey guys, I really hope that you benefited from that video. Before you go, I want to ask you a really important question. Have you guys ever thought about studying Islam and seeking knowledge? If not, then I want you to reflect upon this hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet said that seeking knowledge is obligatory upon every single Muslim. Of course, that doesn't mean you have to be a scholar, but you have to know the basics in order for you to be the best possible slave and worshipper of Allah that you can possibly be. So we decided to provide a solution for this. You see, many people want to study, but they don't have the means or the resources to do so. So we set up an online institute called the Knowledge College, where you can study Islam from the comfort of your own home. So if you want more information on the Knowledge College and you'd like to sign up, go to the link below, check out the website, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side. Assalamu alaikum.